No, I don't like that one.
I like that one. Listen to this. Get a little of this.
I don't like that.
I like that one.
Wait. For those of you on audio, try and guess what that was. Do 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 do.
How do we know then they're ready?
Okay, you better be ready.
I'm gonna tickle you.
Tickle. It was
Toast.
toast.
I'm so hungry.
You won't guess the flavor of jam though.
It's a blueberry.
Wild blueberry.
This is our after school snack.
We both just were putting in work.
Yeah.
And then
Had
we
a
need
day.
a little snack break.
Just a frickin' day. But it's fine. It's all good. Me regulating. I'm fine.
You're okay. I feel super exposed right now. Eating toasted bread is a struggle for me just because I'm constantly afraid that I'm going to crack a veneer. So I always have to like bite into the soft part. So
Just picturing like a center bite.
right. Well, yeah.
But like you rip it. I was picturing like,
Oh.
you're just like
Ooh.
good, huh?
That's good. Salted butter on sourdough toast is so unmatched.
And I'm always a butter under my jam.
Mm-hmm.
People who just go like straight jam. You're weird.
Crazy. You need like a stepping stone.
A barrier.
Yeah.
It's like a primer, like makeup.
Yeah. This is our snack of the day, by the way.
Yeah, this is all you guys are getting.
Want me to take it?
That was so funny. I can't even laugh, you know? Like my ancestors are laughing right now. That was so funny. Fuck. Sorry, I'm an influencer. I can't even fucking take it. Who cares?
I didn't know I could feel like that.
Now that we're all fueled up.
Yeah.
I have so many crumbs down my pants.
Me too, and I'm in all black, so it's probably everywhere.
Well, these are big, so it was just fully like
The
an
gaping
opening.
hole.
Yeah. I just didn't want these to be tight.
No.
Like
You
I feel like
don't-
you have to size up in shorts. 'Cause
Different
if they're
look.
tight, it's, yeah, just different look.
Different look.
These are men's too, so I mean
brand are
that's also
they?
why they're not. I think they're Levi.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. I see
Yep.
the back pocket now. We've been watching Insiders.
Inside.
Oh, Inside.
Inside.
I don't
USA.
like the name.
Why?
Well, when I first saw it on Netflix, I knew nothing about it. And it just says Inside USA. So I thought like, oh, maybe
Like a documentary about the US?
Yeah, like foreigners come and visit the US of A and
Yeah.
like it's a social experiment or something.
Yeah, I get that. That's
Which I guess
actually
it-
like, super cool.
Right. But yeah, that would be good.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I don't know. The name did not catch me, but is it KSI's show, the British version?
It's Sidemen is a group of, I believe they're all UK based. Don't quote me on that, but it's a group of creators, and they have like made a group like a house in a way.
Okay.
But like on 10 because they're all like super successful.
Probably like a whole production company at this point.
Yeah, and they have a UK version
Right.
of the show, and then this is just a season that they decided to bring to the US to bring like US creators in. And it's the premise. Did I mention it was on Netflix? I said it in my head. I don't know if I said it out loud. I think there's 12. Starts with 11, 12, something like
It
that.
starts with 12.
12?
Yeah.
And they're all in like they're there for a week, and they all start with $1 million total shared. And the last person standing and after the 7 days gets the prize pot, but the prize pot tends to diminish throughout the week because there's a store inside of the prison where you can buy like a meal upgrade or a new bed or silly other little temptations to sabotage the cash prize. So it's a really cool kind of not theory. What's
Format?
the word? Format. Yeah. Oh my God, there's actually a crumb like on my butt cheek now. I just rolled down. Because all these people like come from money, or not come from money. They all have money now.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see how kind of like they'll be spending, because every time they spend, I'm like, why? Like, why would you spend $5,000 on that?
Need that. You don't need it.
But it's a cool kind of,
it's like a social
tactic.
experiment. Yeah,
because they then you sabotage, and you go spend money, but you blame it on someone else, and you frame people, and
there's challenges and stuff too. So there's alliances, and like people are really snaky and going behind people's backs, and then you can spend money to reveal something. Did you actually notice that there was the menu changes every day of like the things that you can spend money on? And one day there was a lie detector test.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
For $1,000, and no one did it. That's actually so
crazy.
Surprised. And it was actually right after, I think it might have been right after the bidding.
Oh, yeah.
So there was this whole bidding scene where you can bid on immunity for the next elimination challenge or next elimination. And someone bid $200,000, which means that gets taken out of the pot. But now that person has immunity against elimination. But obviously she didn't tell anyone that she spent that money, because she doesn't want people to know that, she diminished that pot that much.
Yep.
So everyone was pissed in the first place that someone spent that much money. That had just happened. And then on the menu, literally as they're all hashing this out, it says lie detector test. And I'm like, why didn't anyone see that and be like,
let's go?
Yeah.
But I guess because people knew who did it. We won't say who, so there's no spoilers, but it pretty quickly, I think people assumed who it was too. Like
there's one, I mean, if you're watching the show, you all know who we're talking about, but there's one person who's literally like, I mean, she called it monopoly money. Like she doesn't need this money. She makes fucking guap. Like, she's out here like in a game, but you can tell there's a few of them who are like, this would change my life.
Yeah, what? It would change anybody's life. I mean, God, I feel like even if you're wealthy, it's still, I mean, still a lot of money, but that's what's kind of interesting about it, is I think they casted it really well. A lot of the personalities are like clashing, and which is the best for reality TV, of course. Right. A lot of like really normal, grounded people, like Aisha. I met her a few years ago, and I did that Dr. Pepper thing. Oh, her and her sister, and they were like the sweetest girls in the world. So like, I love her off the bat. It matches. Yeah. And I like how she's playing the game too. She's smart. She's not naive, but she's sitting back a little bit. Yeah. So, personalities like that. But then there's personalities like fucking Sketch, who's over here just like literally not even thinking about what he's doing and doing like funny, impulsive things. But then there's people like Max. Oh yeah, he was pissed. Yeah, he was pissed. I feel like I won't say too much, but he was playing more like technical. Yeah. I actually had never heard of him before, but then I went and looked at his stuff, and he's kind of crazy. What kind of videos does he do? He just does like more like social experiment kind of things. Like let me like read some titles. It's giving like Mr. Beast kind of titles too. Okay. I hired an F1 driver to beat my friends at go-karting. I hired special forces to beat my friends at paintball. I hatched a fish from supermarket caviar. Just like shock. Yeah. Things like that. That's cool. I broke silly European laws in front of the police. I snuck my friend's car into a demolition derby. Oh my God. That is so crazy. You know what? Comparing these titles to the personality that we're at least seeing on this show, it's not matching up for me. Like I haven't watched any, so I wonder how, like, is he like, what's up, guys? Like, is he hella energetic in it? I don't know. I haven't watched it. Yeah, because he's super calm, laid back, and like reserved. Yeah. He's very reserved. I liked him though. I did too. I feel like he was getting some hate, but I felt like he was really normal. He was, but I think he's too normal for the situation. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he was like the most normal. Yeah, he was like, guys, this is so much money. You know, like we just said, why are you spending that kind of money on that? And I think I like see it from the other side, the things that he was saying and like the way that he was saying them and how often it would get annoying. It was judgy. Yeah. It was. Because he was judging.
Right.
Whatever.
Right. But yeah, I agree. I think if there were more people in the game like him, it wouldn't have gone anywhere because it would be like, okay, guys, let's sit here for a week and not spend money.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. I think that would be me in that situation.
Totally.
I feel like even my short time in the reality house, my mentality was like ruffle no feathers,
Right.
stay under
Slide
the radar, like don't risk anything. And like, that's why I am the worst for reality TV. Like you need people who are going to be rash and
shake shit up,
crazy and selfish.
What's that one girl's name?
Finita?
Yeah, I did not like her.
Yeah.
I mean,
but like she did like you need her in it.
Yeah, she did the reality TV thing.
Yeah.
Because she was the one who was like queen bee of the Girls Alliance and like, you know, chatting over here and doing all this and like doing the most.
Yeah.
And that I would just get sick of it.
But like that's got to be the craziest, funnest, maybe hardest part of casting reality TV is like
seeing that personality and being like, this is
like,
perfect.
this is good. Yeah. Seeing it unbiased almost. You got to see it as just like a cog in the machine and like of the chaos that needs to be like entertaining.
Yep, exactly.
It's really interesting. It's cool though, because they're also all these people being creators, they're all really comfortable in front of the camera. We were just talking about how one of the contestants, Zach, he does a lot of things to the camera, like the hidden cameras too, but like you obviously know they're there. And he'll do a lot of like deadpan or one-line bits because he knows what it's going to look like in post. And I like that.
It breaks the wall.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I like that because it's, I don't know, maybe because I just like see it from a different lens. Like I know what's going on in their head. Yeah. But I also like it compared to like other shows when they don't know. Well, I guess when you don't remember that you're on camera, a lot of different stuff comes out too. So maybe
it's just like a different.
It's just different. It's just a different show. I think that's why the Sidemen did this because it's like it's not like because even you know the show The Circle, they try to make it like kind of influencer-y-esque. That still misses the mark a little
because it's not natural to them.
Yeah. But like this is the first of its kind in my head, other than like the YouTube series like Reality House that like Kim and JC did. But like this is the biggest. Yeah. And then, well, no, I was gonna say, what is it, Beast Games? But those were normal people. Yeah. Yeah. So they're doing it.
You know what? I'm kind of getting the same thing from Love Island Games. Like they're all
they're established internet personalities now.
Yeah. So even I can even tell, and like I'm sure you've clocked this too. You can tell the difference when you're watching
like a normal season.
Yeah, Love Island Games versus just like a regular season of Love Island because they do and say things knowing their presence.
Yep.
You know?
Totally.
Yeah. Love Island Games this season is I'm like definitely hooked, but it's messy. I watched last night's episode.
Tyreek is a piece of shit.
Monster.
A fucking weirdo. Can't be rejected.
No.
And like a lot of men can't, but like
no, that's beyond.
Beyond. Like his eyes went black.
Yeah.
He's a fucking monster. He's weird. He's childish, and I'm
glad
Justine sees it.
You know how you like how crazy you have to be for you to even sit there and say the things you're saying and then say, or I could be mature, but nah, I like being messy.
Ugh.
Ew.
Like so manipulative.
And then you see Toby's face. He was like
oh, okay. Like, yeah.
And you know what? It cut right after that. And I have this feeling that Toby like talked some sense into him.
Probably, but they didn't want to show that.
They didn't want to show that part. But he was hopefully, and I think based on his facial expressions, he was probably like, bro, don't go crazy.
Yeah.
And then it probably ended with Tyreek being like, yeah, we'll see, bro. But like,
because for what? Like,
for what?
She didn't do anything crazy. It's
for
the
your
first
own ego.
recoupling.
And, right.
It's not even like you guys are hell of established. Like, it's been
she just
weeks.
Didn't pick you. That's all because he came up with this elaborate fucking plan to manipulate, to embarrass, to fucking throw her to the curb all season just because she didn't pick him. You're crazy.
You're like batshit.
Yeah.
I literally was watching that like, talking out loud to myself. Are you
Nuts.
fucking kidding me? Like I was mad.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was kind of, because Kristen texted me last night and was like, Tyreek is actually diabolical. And I was like, I haven't watched it yet. And when I was watching it, I was waiting for the moment. And as soon as he started talking while he was sitting on that couch, I was like, oh.
That's when I texted you.
Yeah.
He wasn't even done. And I was like,
This is crazy.
Are you kidding?
Now that they're actually a couple, though, it's scary because I actually think, not that she'll fall for it because she's not
naive at all. She's actually like I feel like she's a really good head on her shoulders.
Totally. But I think the fact that she's kind of been looking for a soft side in him, and the fact that he's willing to force that.
Yeah.
And like clearly use that as a tactic to keep her.
Yeah.
She might think, oh, like maybe he's, wanting to be around me, and like he's actually fine. Like it all boils down to how well he's able to play it off, to be honest. And it scares me that he could.
Yes. And he will do that. You're literally like predicting the future right now. That is what's going to happen. But her reservation about him already tells me that her gut's screaming.
Yes. And I think in his perfect world, that's how it's going to go. But I also feel like all the other girls, hopefully fucking Toby did say something. And if not, he says something to Justine.
Yeah.
I think more people are going to be like, yo, because I think he won't be messy with her. I think he will put on that pretty picture with her, but he's going to be messy with the guys.
Yeah.
He's going to be messy with everyone else. And he's going to, reveal his quote unquote plan around the villa. So it's not, I don't think it's going to go to like the end of the season or
not
anything.
At all. Because I just think she's already squinting an eye at him even before we saw that scene of him saying that to Toby. Because after she picked Josh and then was denied from Josh and was single, it cut to her confessional right then. And it was her saying like, I mean, I don't know. I know I had a connection with both of them, but like there's something so unserious about Tyreek and I can't get past that. Like she's already seeing a void. She's already feeling a void. So I'm hoping she hangs on to that. She's got to, because even when she saw him blow up and scoot away on the bleachers and shit, she was like,
you can't deny that.
She gave him a look like, bro.
And she keeps saying this, and like I see it and I believe it. She keeps talking about how she's really here for the game this time, and I think that will just trump all. Like he might do some fuck shit, but she's gonna be like, okay, you're fucking around. I'm gonna couple up with someone who's gonna get me to the end.
Yep, 100%. Which her and Josh would be really good.
I know. I'm pissed he didn't pick her.
I know. I think he didn't because he assumed her and Tyreek, obviously. And I think from literally Ep 1, him and Tyreek have had tension.
Right.
So he's probably like, it's not even worth it.
And I also think that he is not scared, but like he's worried that people are going to be gunning for the most powerful people. And he knows that if him and Justine stayed together, they would be knocked out so quickly because everyone else would be going against them. So his tactic to like be coupled up with Andrea, but then still have that support in Justine, like, his like little plan.
I caught that.
I think it was strategic for him to not be with Justine in that way, Right.
But him and Andrea still got attacked because I'd say she's up there with Justine as far as performance.
She's close.
She's strong.
Yeah.
She's strong-minded too. I'm loving her. I was telling Alex, I'm loving her redemption arc this season. Because last time we saw her, she was so hated on.
I think she's calmed down
a
lot.
Yeah. She's not peacocking as much. Like she knows people know who she is. She doesn't need to paint anything. So it feels a lot more authentic, which is nice.
KK and Chris, I am so glad they're not. That was so incredibly rude of KK, and the way that she talked to Nicola. Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
They're weird. They're both weird. And for Chris to, I think he was so terrified to lose to Johnny. His finger.
No. Hello? That was such a basketball move.
That was, when they fall on purpose to get a free,
He did that and I was like, oh, he's pulling on Draymond.
Literally. Ow, ow, ow.
Yeah. I can't continue, guys.
And then I bet you and Medic was like, okay, bend. He was going, I can't. And then they can't
say
anything.
have to.
Yeah. So at that point, they're going to be like, sorry, we can't clear him if he's telling us that he can't bend it.
And he'd rather go out like that than actually put up his best work and still lose against Johnny. Because that first fight was
Ew. I would rather you fucking lose trying.
Yeah.
Like, what a cop-out little prissy bitch.
He's like, oh, you didn't even beat me, bro. I broke a finger.
It's not even fair.
Cap.
He still lost. I feel like he thought maybe they would like do something else. Like, I don't think
like
he realized
the challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like hold off on a day or something. I don't think he realized it was like a
do or die.
Okay, well, medic said he can't do it, so by default you
have to
lost.
leave.
That's like
and the fact that Johnny won the first one.
Yeah. Like if that happened before the first round even ended, then sure, maybe there would have been a backup plan, but like
he won.
Crazy. What a fucking loser. Okay, enough yapping. All the people that don't like it when we talk about Love Island.
Who cares?
They're pissed right now.
That's why we do timestamps.
Yeah, sorry guys. Anyway, we are going to get into this month's entries for our Oddvice Column.
Yay!
In my head, I heard
clapping
like
audio.
Yeah, no, I heard a crowd. Yeah. The crowd went crazy. Just you heard them. The voices are getting so loud.
They're getting so loud that I'm hearing them in my head, Kristen.
Yeah, I know. Because they're here. Anyway, we're going to read them now. Thanks to everybody who wrote in. If you are wondering, what the heck, how'd they do that? Each month, the last Monday of each month, you can write into oddvicepodcast@gmail.com and we do this.
And we will give you advice.
Yes. Okay. First one. This is kind of crazy. Let's get serious. The subject line says, I resent my best friend's unborn baby.
Oh.
It's crazy.
Oh my God.
I mean,
I don't mean
it's
to
just
laugh.
crazy.
No, yeah. This is a nervous laugh.
Okay. Hey. I appreciate y'all taking the time to read my entry. Before I get into it, I wanted to wish my birthday twin a happy belated 30th birthday. Yours.
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Happy birthday.
They said 9/8/95 babies are superior. Okay, so the title is a little dramatic, but not far off. My best friend, let's call her Molly, is set to give birth to her first child, a baby boy, on October 3rd. I'm genuinely so excited for her and her husband. The only issue is that I'm getting married on October 16th. My fiance and I decided against a large wedding, so we're getting married at the courthouse and then having a super nice dinner party as our celebration. The day of the dinner party, I'm still going full out with getting ready in an Airbnb and having a photographer and whatnot. I have a wedding dress too, so it's literally like a wedding without the ceremony. Both my fiance and I have small circles, so the guest list is only 20 people total. And Molly is my only friend attending. Well, besides my sister, who I'm extremely close with. I know it's not her fault that she's my only friend, but I can't help but feel like this season of my life has been tainted by her pregnancy. Her pregnancy was a planned accident. The plan was to start trying over the summer, but surprise, it happened in January. Molly got married in 2024, and I was by her side for all of it. The bridal shower, bachelorette weekend, and of course the wedding weekend. I gave her my full support and attention through that season of her life. She originally planned on hosting a bridal shower for me, but wasn't able to because of her pregnancy. She also had to skip out on my bachelorette festivities. Luckily, my sister rallied her friends to make me feel special. For my actual wedding celebration, I'm not even sure if she's going to be there. Is 2 weeks enough time to recover from labor? I have no clue. I'm struggling with being so happy for her, but also feeling resentment for her pregnancy. I'm not sure if I need any advice or just validation that I'm not a terrible person for feeling this way. Thanks so much for reading this. I feel much better getting it out. Please keep it on. I think your feelings here are super valid. It's only human for you to be bummed that your best friend's not here for all these things. The reason though, like for the pregnancy, it's something kind of out of both of your control, and yeah, equally as big as your your life milestone you're going through right now. She's going through a big one too. I think this is just one of those moments that I feel like happen time and time again in adult friendships where you kind of remember and you're reminded that life is a lot bigger than just friendships, and it's easier said than done to kind of like tie that in a pretty bow as a thought and accept it. But I guess what I'm trying to say here is like, to not take it personally. And I don't think you are, you know, judging by how you even wrote in, I don't think you're taking it as like an attack or anything. Like she got pregnant on purpose to line up with your fucking wedding. But like,
right.
I don't know. I think this is just like a catch-22. Like it's just, there's nothing you could do. And
yeah, I think it's, I know
fly.
the fly.
Sorry, there's a fly here, guys.
It's been here for days and it's fucking pissing me off.
I just can't believe it's still alive. Don't they have like 20-minute lifespans?
No,
Not
I
that
don't know.
one.
Yeah, he's the big dog.
Wow.
I think you just have to remind yourself, which I'm gonna say this with love because like we've all felt this way. It's not a competition. Like it's not like a my life thing is bigger than your life thing right now. I think you just have to remind yourself, like what Kristen said, like it's not personal. I feel like I also need more context in the situation. Like how is she acting towards all of this?
Yeah.
Like, is it one of those things where she's like, she won't even, you know, take you to lunch because everything's about the pregnancy right now. You know, there's kind of like there's a fine line that could be walked right now where, you know, there are pregnant women who make their whole life about being pregnant. Mm-hmm. But is she also like giving you the support in the way that she can be giving you support? Because if she's not doing that, then I think this is a completely different thing.
Yeah.
But if she is, you know, doing what she can while being pregnant, like I understand not going to the bachelorette party because like
Everyone's hammered.
Right.
Yeah.
I think there's a it's just like how the cards were dealt with your guys' two life things happening right now. But just try and remind yourself that these are two very happy things to be happening at the same time. Like it's actually quite cool that
I had that thought when I was reading it. Like you both are doing something so cool right now.
Like you're getting married to, you know, the love of your life and she's having a baby, and the fact that you guys get to say that you guys did that in the same season of your guys' lives is really cool.
Yeah.
So try as best as you can to celebrate those things together and do what you guys can on both of your guys' ends.
Yeah.
I would also try and like express some of these things to her. Just say like, if you can make it work, like I would love for you to be present in any way that you're willing to give. I understand that having a baby, you know, 2 weeks ago is heavy and you just never know what's going to happen. So yeah, I mean, express these things, but you're valid in feeling what you're feeling. Just try and remember that it's, you know, these are good things that are happening for each other.
I was thinking that too. Like how much of this feeling does she know about? Because if you haven't expressed any of this, I promise you, you will feel so much better if you do. Assuming you haven't expressed any of this, that tells me why it's so heavy.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So,
and even you saying like you feel better writing into us. Like imagine how it would feel just getting this out to her.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Maybe you guys can do like a dinner too, or like something just the two of you after the wedding, after the baby's born, or the first time you meet the baby, which I assume would be after your wedding, like just the three of you, really good quality time where you could talk about the labor and then you could talk about the wedding and you can like just catch each other up on these really big things. To validate you for the millionth time, you are valid, but I think there's ways to like
lighten the
navigate
load.
This. Yeah. And it's just going to take some planning and some like change of mind, but
and compromise too.
Yeah, exactly. Compromising the fact that she might even be feeling this too in her shoes, like oh, like you're
focused on the wedding and I'm about to have a baby.
Yeah, like I'm sure she would love for you to come over. No, this isn't to guilt you, but like I'm just thinking
hypotheticals.
Yeah, like maybe she's like, oh, she hasn't come over to like bring me a coffee in my third trimester. I'm so tired. Like I would love to hang out with somebody still, because I'm sure it's a thing for pregnant women and friends. Is like once you are pregnant, towards the end when you're not moving as much, you're tired, like you don't see people because they're like, oh well, she can't do anything anyway. Right. She probably felt super shitty she didn't get to go to your bachelorette and like fucking party with you guys and everything. So
exactly.
Yeah, just a little perspective offered there.
Okay, here's the next one. Hi girlies, I would like to stay anonymous, please. Oh, sorry, this is called I work for a cult and I want to leave.
Okay. Could have started with that.
Sorry. Back in September of 2023, I got a job at a small family-owned company as a bookkeeper. I was informed beforehand that they were a religious group, but I didn't know it was to the extent that it is. They are called Plymouth Brethren, and it is wild. The women can't wear makeup or jewelry. They have to wear dresses or skirts, and they have to wear a, quote, token in their hair, a bow or a clip to show the angels they are the weaker sex and need more protection.
Oh
my God. Marriages are arranged. The men rule the home, and they all are homophobic, transphobic, and racist. The men in my office are all arrogant and truly say some awful comments. I've been told, quote, don't you know women are supposed to be seen and not heard?
right.
As well as having to report another coworker for doing a Nazi salute and saying, I'm not going to say it, but the famous quote.
The famous quote.
The infamous quote. And one even got in trouble for messaging a non-church member coworker after hours with inappropriate messages. I knew things were a little odd when my boss pulled me aside and asked what type of debt I had. He wrote me a check for almost $15,000 and paid off all my credit cards. I made a handful of payments to him in return, but when Trump won his last election, I'm the only Democrat in office here. It is rough. He knew I was upset and forgave the rest of what I owed, about $10,000, and told me to just stay in faithful to the company. Well, a couple weeks ago, he came to me in front of the whole office, about 15 people, and said he has 0% confidence in the way I'm running his books and is disappointed in me and told me I needed training. He texted me 17 times on my lunch break asking what certain charges were, all approved by him, and I am now being signed up for an accounting class to be a bookkeeper. Mind you, I've been a bookkeeper for almost 10 years. It came out of nowhere. One of my coworkers said he must not trust me and thinks I am stealing money from the company, which is why we need to have this conversation in private if you don't think I am doing my job properly.
Right.
I have been applying to other companies and interviewing, but do you think I should give them my 2 weeks or just leave once I have another job? I don't feel respected here, and clearly he is okay speaking to me like this. I want to tell him to go get fucked right now, but your girl just bought a house. What do I do? I think you need to get the fuck out, to be honest.
Fuck
I think
the 2 weeks notice.
Yeah, I think you need to quit today and leave today and go get a job literally anywhere else.
I couldn't imagine being around this energy, like what it's literally doing to your cells, especially since it's against everything you agree with. I would only, like, on a calm note, the only time I would say you need to give a 2 weeks notice is if you plan on using them as a reference.
And you
I don't think you should. I think it would actually hurt you if you use these people as a reference. If like your next employer looked up what the fuck they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
this is awful.
I think get the fuck out. And yeah, whatever you need to do in between jobs, whatever job you want to pick up or whatever. I understand you just bought a house. You got some bills right now for sure, which congrats, by the way. That's huge. You got a house. But yeah, I mean, get the fuck out. Like it's the paying off the debt thing and then
saying you're bad at bookkeeping.
Yeah. Well, it felt like humiliation in front of people. Like those two things felt like a way to like butter you up and then to humiliate you and make you feel small because of how much power that he has over you because he helped you out so much. And it's all manipulation.
Yeah. It's all just to keep you under his claws.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of there.
Get the fuck out.
How did you find this job?
God.
What are they spending on? No, don't say it. Like now at this point, I'm like, get out of there and just don't even talk about them again. Like I don't want them to have anything on you. Like,
oh, I hate that.
You know, I don't know. I feel like that type of shit, they always like, they'll find you or something.
Plymouth Brethren. Ew.
That's awful.
Fucking monsters. I actually can't believe people still think this way.
It blows my mind.
The bows in the hair.
I was just thinking that. The lesser sex.
Just a reminder.
We need more help.
Angels, keep an extra eye on me because I don't know what I'm doing because I'm just a scared little girl.
It's making my chest heavy.
I actually can't believe that. You need to quit.
I'd be like, fuck you, bye. Like I would let it out. And then you should start
Whoa.
speaking in tongues.
Yeah.
Okay, next entry. It says, please help. I fear I've lost feelings.
Oh.
Hello, girls. I'll jump right into it. I fear I don't love my boyfriend anymore, but I just can't break up with him. We've only been dating for a year. Yeah, I know this isn't good, but we live together and shit is about to hit the fan. It all started when 4 months into the relationship, I woke up one day and realized that things were not enough for me. There was no spark between us. He paid more attention to his phone than his own girlfriend. He never called me pretty, and when we had sex, I felt way too in my head about the performance than the genuine connection. Oh, this makes me like tense up. Stupidly, I moved in with him feeling this way, but I can't blame myself too much because I strongly believed that we can make it work. See, I was living on my own in an inefficiency while working full-time and doing a full-time nursing school. The efficiency was falling apart as it was overruled with termites and was not comfortable. I was so stressed at the time that I thought if we moved in my environment changed, that I would have less stress and be able to make time in my head for my relationship. Well, now we live together and it's only gotten worse. We've had multiple conversations about him being complacent and not realizing that his laziness in general in the relationship and within himself hurts the relationship. We've discussed our intimacy issues and discussed all the ways I want to be treated by him. He's told me that he wants to work on things and that regardless of how much we argue, he feels deep down that there's a reason we are together. He's even said I could go part-time for work while I focus on school and that he'd cover the rest of the bills. The problem is I'm not sure if there's anything to work on. While he says he will fight for me, I told him that it feels awkward now to be together, that nothing feels genuine anymore and more like an exercise of our relationship. He believes that he's going to keep trying until one day it feels natural, but fuck, I'm already gone mentally in my head, like checked out as fuck. He keeps trying to make things right, but I've hit this point in my mind where I can't let him back in. It's so hard to try for something that wasn't there in the beginning. At first, I thought it was because of our situations. We both work full time and we're constantly tired, but no longer is that the case. It's an excuse. I can't understand why even with the time we do have, why he wouldn't want to spend time with me. I fear that he was just happy with me around, but that's the situation and was nothing more. He had issues in the past like this, and I fear it's just who he is, lazy and complacent. I unfortunately don't have anywhere to go. My only plan is to take over my grandparents' couch and hope that I can finish out school there for the next year, but that might not be an option. I gave a date in my head of November 1st to leave him, but until then I wanted to try and see if things could work. I mean, do you guys have any advice on how to work on things, how to communicate more on things, like my wants and my needs, little things or even big things? Do you think that him saying that he wants a future with me and wants to change means something? Should I let him try? I don't know. I wish what people could see is that we understand each other so well and could be good for one another, but unfortunately it's a gamble. If he needs to work on how to compliment me and on how to feel a desire for me and how to want to spend time with me that's undecided and how to converse with me, then is he really the one? Girls, I don't know. Again, I'm working full time in a nursing school full time. I'm already failing this semester due to working so much and not having time to study. School isn't my best skill, and I fear that I cannot keep working full time while in this program. I wanted to try and go part time and let him pick up some slack to see if things would get better once I don't have so much on my plate, but then I fear I'll be stuck. Working full time allows me to leave at any time. Working part time means I'll have to hope my grandparents will allow me to sleep on their couch for the next year. I understand the logistics of the situation, but the one of my biggest beliefs in life is your home is everything. Mm-hmm. And your home right now is very clearly, I guess to put it in one word, just not right for you. I would talk to your grandparents and seriously get some like yes or no strong answer on if you can bunk with them for a little bit. And I would take that. I think, or I know from my experience, this is doing more to you than you think, going home to an environment that is just not where you want to be. And I bless your heart, because I hear and I see your want to keep trying, but you literally said it. It's hard. You said it's so hard to try for something that wasn't there in the beginning. And that's exactly it. Yeah. You need a little spark in a relationship, and your mind is made up for very valid reasons. I mean, you don't even need to have reasons. It's just how you feel towards this other human. And for both your sake and his sake, I think it's long overdue to leave him, especially because you felt this 4 months in. But there's like you said, there's nothing that he could do or say. Like it's just, you guys aren't a match. And I think you obviously know that, but I think when you break up with him, like approaching it that way, because he's clearly pushing back so much, like, I'm going to do what it takes. I'm going to do what it takes. Hey, homie, it's just not a match. It's not about lacking or picking up here, doing this more, doing this less. Like it's just not, like, the flavors don't go together.
Right.
And there's nothing you could do about that.
I think you guys are trying to, or mostly him, I think, the situation, you're trying to find a formula to make it work. And I think in a relationship, it's nice when logistics work out and you're like, but we see each other, and, the job thing. And like he said, he would take this on for me and all of these things. But then you feeling deep down in your heart that like your needs aren't being met. You guys aren't having deep conversations. He's, there's things about his character that, you don't like anymore or never did. And those types of things you cannot force, because those are who people are to their core. Mm-hmm. And if they're not matching up, there's nothing in the world that you or him could do to fix it. And it's just one of those things where, like, I see you holding on, and I see you, I see the regret that you are kind of toying with right now, where if, but what if I didn't try enough? Or like, what if we just gave it one more go? But that's what you've been doing. Like, you have to acknowledge that for these past, you said 4 months in. So what is that? What's 12 minus 4? 8. For the past 8 months, you have been trying. He has been trying, or, he says he's willing to try or willing to change things, but like those things aren't changeable. So your guys' effort in the trying isn't going to, you're not going to see the results that you guys want. Yeah, it's a dead end. So, like Kristen said, at this point, figure out what your next move is and make that next move. I'm glad you gave yourself, an end date.
Stick to it, though.
Stick to it
for you, like, yeah. I feel like when we make promises to ourselves, like into the abyss those end dates that we put in our head for certain things, like, do it to not disappoint your like inner voice, right? Like,
yeah. Do it. Hold yourself accountable. Like, yeah, you gave yourself that date. If you let yourself down, I don't want you to like fall down this deep rabbit hole of you just kind of like giving into the situation time after time again, because you just never know how deep it could end up going. Like,
then you're stuck forever. Right. You got a kid or some shit.
And then you hear these stories like 50 years later where you finally break free of the chains and you're like, I knew from the beginning, like, give yourself that credit.
If you let yourself down, that means you'll let other people let you down even harder. And nobody wants to get into that rhythm.
You don't want that.
All I have to say is, like, I've been there in a situation where I'm like, oh, I want to try all these things, And the intention when we do that in relationships is pure. But if you zoom out and see it for what it is, it's very toxic. And it's toxic to yourself, toxic to that person, toxic to the connection between the two of you. And it creates really bad habits in future relationships. And bottom line, this is like slightly a generalization, but I still kind of stand on it. The people that try everything to make a relationship work, when it's like logistic things like bills or like house stuff, like logistic is the right word for that, right? That can be worked out because they're logistics.
Right.
When people try to work on emotional problems, and it keeps going to that dead end that Alex mentioned, the only time that it ever works, and I'm putting that in fat quotes, is when one person settles.
Yeah.
It never actually works. It's
one person gives up on the
someone
compromise.
gives up, and then they are that person 50 years down the road that are like, bro, what did I just do with all of my life?
Yep.
So I just wanted to put that in your head, and anybody else listening who maybe needs to hear that too. Like, logistics can be worked on, but emotions and stuff like that,
you can't
to an
compromise on
extent.
those type of things.
No, not when it's a situation like this. Obviously, there's like in relationships, you work on emotional things like, I want to date more. I want to go on dates more. And then they can do that. There's little things I'm not saying that you can't work on anything in a relationship, but it's shit like this where it's when the root of the problem is that the two people aren't a match.
Right.
And those two people just don't accept the fact that they are not a match, and they just keep trying things. Like, it's just not going to work unless one of you settle. And that's even shittier. I'd rather be single for life than that. Straight up.
God. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a shit place to be in, but I know you have a good head on your shoulders because like you have a good lens on the situation. Which is hard. Like, I'm not taking that away. You just have to make the first move, but you got it.
Yep. We're here.
Okay. Here's the next one. It's called Desperately in Need of Advice. Hey girls, I'll stay anonymous just in case. I've been watching Kristen for years and also both of y'all in the pod since the beginning. I'm 23 years old, March baby, Aries gang.
Hey, gang shit.
Sorry. March 24th.
Hey.
March
24th.
This is probably going to be a stream of consciousness, so I apologize for whatever this becomes, LOL. But I'm stuck. Maybe not physically, since I've just recently moved across my country from Ontario to British Columbia, but mentally I'm stuck. I lived in my hometown for damn near my whole life. I was engaged with a house at 21. He was 6 years older than me, together for 3 years. Math that one. Okay. So you guys got together when you were 18 and he was 24. Okay.
Okay. It's kind of crazy.
It's a bit.
It's a gap.
It's a gap. I was not ready for that step in my life, but it's hard to say no when you're comfortable enough with that man. An amazing guy, just not for me. After that relationship ended, I vowed to be celibate for a year. I spent my high school career not treating my body well, thinking that getting love meant that I had to sleep with them. So I think I lost trust with myself, not knowing when it's okay to trust safe people, gut feelings, and maybe someone I should leave behind. I think I'm always looking for ulterior motives or how I'm going to get hurt, so I may preemptively want to leave or ruin it. Am I though? I don't know. I've just started therapy. It's just so damn expensive, so I've only had one session so far. Anyway, a couple months after my last relationship ended, this guy slid into the DMs, and turns out our moms worked at a daycare together when we were both little, so we definitely would have met each other when we were small. We hung out a couple days later with a bunch of his friends at a club-ish setting. It was whatever. We made out a bit, but I was still strong on being celibate, so I wanted to friend zone him. But we clicked very well. I felt very familiar with him. We hung out or went on dates a few times after that, and I just didn't want anything more. One day at the fall fair, I was drunk in the beer tent and noticed him and his sister. He has 3. I went over and playfully punched his arm, and for some reason, we kind of clicked after that. About a month after this, I left for a month-long road trip driving to the West Coast. It was so much fun. I came back, and he asked me to be his girl.
Whoa.
It was messy, mainly because I don't think I was emotionally mature enough. He's very confrontational in the sense when something is wrong, he wants to fix it right then and there. For a gal that was taught to bury her emotions from her parents, this immediately sets off fight or flight, and I wanted to fly really bad. I tried to end it multiple times in different scenarios. Is it my gut telling me he is bad, or is this the type of relationship that is going to make me grow and show me the shit I need to work on also? I always thought he was emotionally mature, but I now think that he might have insecurities and get defensive when I bring things that I don't like. I guess in an argument the other day, I learned that I as well get defensive as fuck. Anyway, after about 7 rocky but also fun months, we broke up for 2 months due to problems on both sides. Long stories. You could absolutely argue that I emotionally cheated after a big fight we had, and then he sort of physically cheated, but arguably not intentionally. What? What? When he went to a massage parlor looking for a massage only, and then the lady started touching him, asking if he was okay, and said yes. This is not okay and gross as fuck, and we both know this, but I also didn't realize at the time that what I had done was also absolutely emotional cheating. Extremely messy, like I said. We rekindled after I went to go pick a fire pit up at his house. We were back together for basically only a month when I moved across the country. He's due to drive out here in a couple weeks, and we've just signed a 6-month lease. I'm nervous. I don't know if that was the correct choice. We've been long distance for about a month now. I hate it. I left at an awful time. We were just rewriting our story, learning to trust each other again with the idea that I'm leaving, and he decided to follow me out here. He's a great guy aside from the fuck ups we both had. I am no angel in the story either. I don't think I portrayed our love in this enough either, so I wanted to spend a moment doing that. A couple days ago, he DoorDashed me from 4,500 kilometers away flowers and iced coffee, Timbits, and a hash brown. I was like, wait, what is that? And a hash brown to my work because I had told him that I hadn't had time for a coffee or a breakie before work. Our first Valentine's Day, I was joking about him asking me to be his Valentine, obviously. He got a canvas, heart stickers, string lights, and chocolate roses and painted, "Will you be my Valentine? Yes or yes," with cutout pictures of us glued all around the outside with the string lights in between. He's an amazing person with a big heart. I just think it's so much different after we don't trust each other. I'm so scared. I mean, it needs to be different, but I'm scared he is going to be so standoffish of me in fear of me breaking his heart again with having cold feet. Understandable, but scary. What if he doesn't love me like he says he does? What if I don't love him? What if? Also, I almost 100% manifested him. After my last relationship, I had sat down and written 30 superficial things and 30 more important things. He is almost all of them. Sisters, a spiritual mom who I could talk with for hours, a traddy, Tradie,
Traddy, I don't know what that is.
a traddy dad I can also chat about that stuff, a big friend group that he's known since kindergarten, and I also wanted him to be a bit mean because my last guy was far too nice. I got the ick. But careful what you wish for. He's just not nice sometimes. Like not danger mean or anything, but lack of empathy, joking style. When you have 3 sisters, you can be desensitized a tad to women, so he's just a dick sometimes. Boo. I also do not have any friends after high school. I've absolutely tried to put myself out there to meet people, but it's just hard. I fear I'm different, lol. Maybe just extremely introverted, or will I just never have girlfriends? I know it's so hard to sustain a relationship without having other people to fill your cup also. I'm constantly looking to him to fill me up for everything. Empathy, an ear to listen, a shoulder to cry on, a person to help fix my problems. It's hard. Because I always see him falling short when it shouldn't be all his responsibility. This could either be the best time of my life or be a big old pivot. I don't really know what advice I'm even asking of you girls. I know this is awfully all over the place, but I would love to hear someone else's perspective. See you later, Anonymous.
Traddy says, Traddy dad refers to fathers in skilled trades like construction or plumbing who also balance work and family life, often dealing with long hours, financial pressures, and time scarcity.
Okay. Sure.
I never heard that.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
guess that's Phil, though.
You had said that you moved at the worst time.
Sorry, I feel like it's pronounced trady. Like
trade. So like a blue collar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay.
Sorry. You had said that you feel like you moved at the worst time possible, whereas I think you moved at the best time possible. Just because like, Oh, I want to give you a hug because
There's a lot to unpack here.
there's so much to unpack here. I feel like the fact that you are aware that you might be someone who self-sabotages, I feel like you're kind of using that as a reason for you to justify you staying with him, if that makes sense. Like you are kind of convincing yourself that, oh, maybe I'm just like thinking these negative things or I'm reacting this way because I self-sabotage.
You're putting it on you.
You're putting the blame on you. Even you writing and talking about how like he fully cheated on you and did some weird shit with a stranger in a massage parlor. You said that, but then in the same sentence you said, but I also emotionally cheated, which is fine. Like, I'm glad you're owning up to that, but that does not make his fuck up any less just because you did something similar.
Yeah.
You know,
like a lot of people do that in relationships. They're like, what cancels each other out?
It doesn't. Like, no. He fucked up big, you fucked up a little bit. It does not cancel each other out. You still have to hold the people that you love accountable for what they do. And then for you to like also go on and say that you don't trust him, I feel like there's just so many layers here where you're almost like admitting that it's not working for you guys. But then, you know, a sentence later, you're like, but
you signed a lease.
Yeah, you signed a lease. And I want you to be honest with yourself about the situation. And again, I think you moving cross country is actually the best thing that could have happened for you. And I want you to break off the lease. I don't even have words for some of this because it's
hard to not be harsh too.
Yeah, and I'm like trying to be really gentle, but like I feel like a harsh situation. And you guys just aren't matching up. And you hate the long distance, so obviously I don't think anything could be worked out while you guys are long distance. And I just want you to be able to like honor your wants and needs, you know, like to hear all of these things that you want in a partner, but then I hear you also settling for someone who isn't those things.
Yeah, I think also hearing the list you made after your last relationship. A lot of people do that after relationships, and I think that's great and all. It's always good to be intentional and journal and manifest. I'm all for that. But when people do that while they're still healing from something, they tend to write skewed details because they're trying to overcorrect from the thing that they're currently sitting in, from the discomfort that they're currently sitting in. That sounds harsh. A lot of this sounds harsh. So I'm sorry for everything I ever say ever, but like, I don't want to say that to like discredit your wants, because I'm sure a lot of things on those lists you've had on your list for a long time, even before the relationship that you had right before that, whatever. But all that to say that like, just because you asked for it doesn't mean it's the right thing, especially when you asked from a place of pain. It could be like like I said, like an overcorrection kind of relationship, which a lot of people do. I've done it too. Like you want the polar opposite of what you just went through to try and like completely feel the opposite of what you just felt. Yeah. But I also think you guys, as like from what we got from one email too, right? Like who am I to say, but you guys seem like a very like karmic kind of connection, and we have those throughout our whole life. But I say that because you are also in a position right now where you can learn a lot if you're open to actually learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this, like, to be honest, like, this is what Tanner was for me. And I had so many of these like similar feelings of like making it work because it also was so good when it was good. And the classic sentence there, it's good when it's good, and all these things. But once I became honest with myself, and I say this because I think you're ready to hear it too, because I can tell you're starting to understand your patterns too. Like, I feel like I know where your head's at. And once I was in that same position and I started being honest with myself, I started realizing the patterns, I started realizing why he feels good, why that love felt good. And it was because it was replicating patterns that no longer should serve me. They are serving me because it was stemmed from childhood and all the things. And I'm sure your reasons are different than mine, but like, is that making sense? Like it feels good because it's comfortable in chaos, but
it's the pattern that you know.
It's relative to all you know, but I can also tell that you're having this tug and pull with the growth that you are going through as an individual with, you know, your therapy and all things you just started, which congrats, by the way, it's huge. But, you know, I can tell you're being pulled in two different ways where you're like, you know, it's a pattern, but you're, like Alex said, you're kind of enabling yourself because you know it's a pattern.
Yeah.
And so I say that all to maybe give you another perspective of like learning from this rather than leaning into it, because I think it's triggering some like anxious attachment styles too, based off like what you were saying about your worries of his reactions. Is he gonna love me? Is he gonna like, you're so worried about his place in this, and you're putting your feelings, your wants and your needs on the back burner just to keep him close. It just breaks my heart, but I get it. I mean, I've been there. I get it. But that's why I want to squeeze you and be like, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. The power of zooming out. This, I mean, God, I could go on and on. This is such a loaded topic, but it's something we all go through multiple times in relationships. This is just the epitome of dating when we're young. And, I don't know. I think there's beauty in that too, because I don't want you to feel like any of this is for no reason or it's a waste, or
right.
Even if you guys don't work out, like I'm telling you, you're nose deep in like a really good textbook right now. Like you have a really good learning opportunity right now if you take it. Yeah. I just could go. There's so much. And I don't want to like overwhelm the situation, but I think you wouldn't be writing in if you didn't know what your gut was already telling you.
Right.
Okay, this is going to be our last entry. It's titled Bestie Breakup or Fixable.
Uh-oh.
Hi, girls. I adore you both and found Kristen before the podcast. Have been listening ever since the first ep. First time writing in. We've had a few first timers.
Yeah,
yay. I love that.
Thank you.
Sorry that this is long, but I wanted you to have context. Since you are long-term besties, I thought that you could probably help me out here. My friend Jess and I have been friends since 7th grade, and we are both 27 now. She's married with a baby boy that is almost 2 years old. For a large portion of our friendship, we've been long distance, and I would realistically see her 1 to 3 times a year. Oh, that's so hard. Fast forward to almost 2 years ago, I moved closer, and now we're around 20 minutes apart, and due to that, I see her more often. Before I say the next part, I want to say I have multiple friends with kids, and I adore their kids like they are my own. I love her son dearly as well, but every time we talk, Snapchat, anything, it's solely about her kid. When we're hanging out, it's like she expects all of us to just be staring at her toddler and be like, whoa, did you see what he just did? Okay, wait, this is me with Link.
Yeah.
Like, if Link is around me and anybody, I'm like, guys, look at her. So I get it. I'm on her side. She never asks about my life or talks to me about hers. She'll interrupt mid-story and do something with the kid and then never ask what you were saying. My other friends still have normal conversations and feel involved in my life. I got a divorce around 3 years ago and have a new partner now that I adore so much. But her and her husband hardly ask him anything or talk to him, which obviously makes me bummed that they don't try to get to know him. He's a truck driver and says they think he's just some dirty, greasy, boring truck driver. If I hang out with them and my boyfriend is not there, they refer to him as my Trumper boyfriend. Yet have never asked if that's even true. With the state of politics, I find it overwhelming and have regretfully left that alone. I also cut hair on the side, and she expects me to drop everything and fit them into my schedule for haircuts. She's also very straight and narrow, where I enjoy a drink here and there and a joint. I just always feel judgment from her about the differences in our lives. She's married and owns a home, etc., and I don't. I just feel conflicted. I've never had any form of altercation with her. I don't know if I should just say something and see how it goes, or should I just write things off? I don't know how to phrase it what's bothering me nicely to not offend anybody. I have a habit of begging people to treat me how they should, but I feel like at every turn she makes me feel like she doesn't. My life is very, very busy, and sometimes it feels draining to make time for a friend, to have the hangouts go like this. She acts so desperate to hang out, but doesn't even talk to me when we do. And recently I posted a photo dump, and she texted me that every time I do, she remembers we need more photos together. I just feel so overwhelmed, and I feel like maybe we've outgrown each other / have different interests. I really don't know. I would be so thankful for any of your input. Love you both immensely, and I hope you're having a good day. Yeah, I feel like this is, bottom line, it is just kind of a growing out situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we can sit here all day and say how she needs to ask about you in situations, and we can, judge all the ways she's handling things socially, but ultimately people are going to do what they're going to do, whether we approve of it or not. And I think this is one of the situations where, like, if I was in your shoes, I would kind of weigh the pros and cons in a way. I would weigh how much it's draining me versus how much I really care to keep the friendship alive.
Right.
So like if this was a situation with Alex and I, she, I moved San Diego, you have a kid, we stopped talking as much, and then we rekindle, and you're all about your kid. I would try that.
Right.
In that context, I would be like, I would bring it up, and
you
we
would like
try and
snap
work
me out of
through
it. Yeah.
Or I would just try, whether it works or not, I would at least try to express myself.
Yeah.
But in this situation, it does kind of just feel like, I don't know. I mean, you know your friendship with her more than one email can tell me, but like it does kind of just feel like different people.
Yeah, and it feels like in the hypothetical example that we just gave, we're still ourselves, whereas it sounds like almost everything about your guys' friendship and you guys as individuals has also changed. And I think, I don't know, this might be kind of a hot take, but I think I would let it kind of fade into a place that into a place that feels more natural for the two of you. I don't think it needs to be this big conversation where you're like, look, I don't think we should hang out as much anymore. We don't have as much in common. This, this and this. I don't think you need to need to list those things.
You don't need to like break up with her.
Exactly.
Like that.
And that's why I say, like, I think it would be a natural fade out for me if I was in this situation. I also don't think you need to like beat yourself up about it.
I think it just depends what you want out of this. If you really, really want to continue to be friends, then I think maybe you do have that conversation. But if you're kind of like the tone at the end of your email, you were just like, it might just be different people now. Then a fizzle out's totally fine. Yeah. It just depends. It depends, but you are valid either way. I think I can imagine this is a really normal progression of friendships, especially female friendships, once a portion of your identity does become a mother. Right. How could it not? Your day-to-day is taking care of a literal human.
But like you said, you also have friends who don't act this way and they have children. Like, that just goes to show that, like,
just a personality thing.
It is. Some people just, identify with motherhood in that way, and that's fine for them. But if it doesn't fit with your friendship needs, then it doesn't.
Yeah. I feel like all the friends I know that have kids, like, they all handle it differently, and they're all valid in that way. Yeah. But I don't want to like villainize her for it. I mean, she's ultimately entitled to do whatever she wants to do and handle motherhood the way she wants to. And I'm sure we'll understand it one day too. But just protect yourself in this. It does suck though. It is a shitty feeling when it's very one track and it's draining. I can imagine. I pictured, like, when I was reading that, I pictured like a brunch situation. You're all sitting around the table and she interrupts for something about the kid, but you're in the middle of talking about like a promotion you just got at work, or like something you want the stage for a minute to feel supported by your girls. And then she's just like, look at
my kid.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm for sure
it would be annoying.
I'm going to think different about Link now. She's just so cute. It's just different. I think Link's different.
Of course you do.
Yeah, she's different than this. This doesn't apply to Link.
No. All right, guys. Thank you so much to everyone who wrote in. If you guys are on Patreon, message us there. You can DM us directly on Patreon. We'll get to your entries for an Oddvice Column on
Friday's
Patreon.
episode.
Yeah.
That's patreon.com/Oddvice podcast. If you didn't know, it's always links in the description too. If you're listening on Spotify, make sure you rate and review the show.
5 stars.
5 stars. And also Apple Podcast. I always say Apple Music, Apple Podcasts. You guys use that?
I think so. I think we're pretty 50-50 with Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
I've never opened that app in my life.
No, because Spotify till I die.
I'm going to get that tatted right here.
Spotify till I die.
For real, though, it's so much better.
God.
Sorry, Apple users.
Did you see now, though?
With the update for Apple Music?
You could, what are you going to say?
Well, the new iOS 26, what are we on? If you have Apple Music, it, like whatever song you're listening to on your lock screen, it creates like a like cool. a moving artwork kind of thing for the song.
Oh, that's cool.
I thought that was cool, but they don't have it for Spotify.
No, I was gonna say you can like essentially copy and paste a Spotify playlist to Apple Music now.
Good.
Like, and vice versa. Like that was always the thing. Like you can't share a playlist with people.
Yeah, because I'll like text songs to Apple Music people, and they have to then like remember it in their head real quick, and then go to the app and type it in.
Yeah, I think you could like. Yeah,
I'm surprised. That seemed like a leverage kind of like competition thing they had for a minute there.
Yeah, I just think they're just realizing that they're always going to be 2 big wigs, and no, there's not going to be one winner ever.
Yeah,
there's just not.
Isn't that a metaphor? All right, everybody.
And that's why it's a democracy.
Is it?
Okay. We'll see you later.
Bye. Have a good week. Bye.